The only other coach in volleyball collegiate history in Division I to win 3 or more is Russ Rose, the retired coach from Penn State, who won 5. We're ready for volleyball tonight here in Exact Tech. Lakin Laurendine will serve to open up the match for Auburn. And right away, Auburn is on the scoreboard first.
No, Auburn not known for aces per set, but got one early there. That's a spot where a lot of teams are trying to pick on Florida.
Auburn 13th in the league in aces per set, 297 out of 337 in the NCAA. Gators go left side to Martin. Roth again at the net will take a swing and catch some hands. And the freshman who gets the start for Florida out of Dublin, Ohio, last year's Gatorade player side. Auburn is on 2017. The only other coach in volleyball collegiate history in Division I to win 3 or more is Russ Rose, the retired coach from Penn State, who won 5. We're ready for volleyball tonight here in Exact Tech. Lakin Laurendine will serve to open up the match for Auburn. And right away, Auburn is on the scoreboard first.
No, Auburn not known for aces per set, but got one early there. That's a spot where a lot of teams are trying to pick on Florida.
Auburn 13th in the league in aces per set, 297 out of 337 in the NCAA. Gators go left side to Martin. Roth again at the net will take a swing and catch some hands. And the freshman who gets the start for Florida out of Dublin, Ohio, last year's Gatorade Player of the Year in Ohio. And what ties it up at 1.
Yeah, and what we're looking for out of the Gators is, can they start fast? They've started slowly the last couple of matches.
Isabel Martin serves for Florida. Auburn on the left side of your screen with the attack. That's Shear, and Shear gets the kill.
Watching Shear against Arkansas, there are a lot of attacks down the line, trying to stay away from Ellie McKissick.
Fallon Lanham serves here for Auburn. A bullet serve deep as Taylor Parks gets the start for Florida in the setter position. Martin from the right side this time, and nicely played up by the Auburn Tigers back row defense, which ranks 2nd in the league in digs per set at 16.3. Ellie McKissick to serve now for Florida. 9th all-time in service aces with 135. Next on the list, Meg Fitzgerald at 139. A middle attack. Augusta was there to block it for Florida. Right side attack. Kennedy Martin off hands. And played up by Laurendine. Left side kill for Madison Shear.
A really intelligent swing by Madison Shear. Florida doesn't have great blocking numbers, but they'll block the ones they're supposed to. Shear knew that and hit high off the hands.
Last time out for Arkansas, Auburn was at Arkansas and was up 2-0. As that serve goes into the net for Kaylee Edson, one of the 2 setters employed by Brent Crouch in his offensive system. They were up 2-0, but they're shorthanded tonight, Nick, with Lauren Dreves out with concussion protocol.
And that is a big loss. That's 25% of their kills from the Big 4.
Played up by A.C. Fitzpatrick of Florida. Their back row attack, Kennedy Martin through the block. The kill for Kennedy Martin. And for her first kill on the evening on her 3rd swing.
Auburn tried a triple block that time on Kennedy Martin's back row. I'm not sure that's going to work, Tom.
Shank pass by Laurendine. As Parks will set the outside to A.C. Fitzpatrick.
Clever save.
Left-handed attack is outside the antenna. That's the only way Fitzpatrick could play it. It was too far outside the set from Taylor Parks. And we're tied at 4.
Clever little save by Auburn that time, and unfortunately Parks overran that set and set it past the antenna.
Here's a serve for Madison Shear. Fitzpatrick on the outside will miss the angle shot.
2.72 blocks per set is Auburn. Talked to Coach Crouch. Very impressed with their block discipline. you don't necessarily have to block a ball to score. You can create points by hitting errors as well.
A tip shot for A.C. Fitzpatrick. Off the net, a great swing from Laurendine, but equal to the task was McKissick. And there's another superb swing from that right antenna, Kennedy Martin.
Tom, I got here early to watch Auburn take their hour on the court, and they had an assistant coach just absolutely pound balls to the right back, to some right back defenders. But I think until you face it, you don't really know what you're going to get.
5-5 your score here in the opening set. Two teams clad in orange and blue. August's first look is good for the kill, and Florida takes back the lead.
Teams have had success attacking the right side of Florida's left front blockers, but that time Florida defended very well.
Emily Canan serves and tries the short ball, but it's too short. And the first service error of the night for the Gators.
Coach Crouch told us before the match that serve receive has been an issue for his team. That's a bad service error from Florida. They just need to keep the pressure on their passing.
Chelsea McCurdy, the grad student, serves for the Tigers. Great up there from Zoe Slaughter. And that attack is out. Laurendine, the redshirt freshman, had 10 kills and 16 digs last time out in that 5-set thriller at Arkansas on Sunday. That ball was hammered on the right side by Belle Zimmerman. One of the big four, as you mentioned earlier.
One of the big four. One of them's out, of course. Dreves is out. And those four contribute to almost 85% of Auburn's kills. So when they're missing Dreves, that means one of those players is not contributing to that offense.
Peyton Dunn serves for the Tigers. Back row attack from the right side. Kill for Kennedy Martin. 3 out of 5 now for the sophomore. And Kennedy Martin, when she won, honored a couple weeks back, the AVCA Division I Player of the Week. Only the 4th player in Florida history to earn that on multiple occasions. Wow, what an up from McKissick on the swing from Laurendine. Right side, Kennedy Martin. The other 3, Nick. Kelly Murphy won it 3 times. Ramat Al-Hassan twice. And twice in 1995, Ajan Gokbek. Here's the serve for Taylor Parks. Skaters up 2. Laurendine with a heavy ball down the line gets the kill.
That's another Auburn outside hitter who's decided to go down the line. Some of that, Tom, is the line is open, but the other part is you don't want to hit it back to McKissick. You want to find other areas on the Florida defense to attack.
You mentioned it during the open. Ellie McKissick really stepping up defensively for Florida down the stretch here. As a quick middle set, it's a kill for Alec Rod. Finished the spot on McKissick. 20 digs in each of her last 2 matches.
And has been the difference. But right here, Tom, is just a total mismatch. Alec Roth, who had a fantastic match against Ole Miss prior to this match.
Isabel Martin serves the transfer. Mountain West Conference Player of the Year last 2 years, or one of those years. On the right side, Bella Bell misses. Her second year at Auburn, Nick, after 4 years at Kentucky. One of those years she redshirted.
Really love the energy that Florida has come out with from every aspect of the game so far.
Angle shot, kill, too much this time for McKissick of Florida. Madison Shear delivers.
Yeah, that's that's not going to be on the highlight reel for Ellie. That's one I'm sure she would love to have back.
Fallon Lanham checks in, serves. Outside attack for Fitzpatrick, off hands is a kill. And you mentioned, Nick, I see a higher level of energy here from this Florida team in this opening set.
No, it's every aspect, isn't it? It's from the service line, it's aggressive. It's from attacking, it's aggressive. back row play is aggressive. This is something the Gators, I'm sure, have talked about.
Florida now just in the loss column, one match back of the two leaders in the league, Missouri and Kentucky. Kennedy Martin, flick of the wrist. 5 kills in the opening set in 7 swings. She continues her hot streak.
Yeah, and even if the ball comes off McKissick, McKissick knows where to get the ball to Kennedy Martin for her to get that kill as well.
McKissick now serves for Florida. Gator ace leader on the year with 28. This time it's the error, the second of the evening for Florida.
But you know what, Tom? That's an energy error. You know, she really went for it. She was really trying to score a point with the serve. You know, those are all really good signs.
Serve for Kaylee Edson. Gators go to the quick middle set. It wasn't the prime A #1 set, but Jayla August reaches back and makes it count.
Boy, the jump and reach and touch of August is just phenomenal.
August hitting .378 on the season in her freshman campaign. Outside Belle Zimmerman. Fitzpatrick with a tip. And it's a point for Florida as the Gators extend their lead to 5 here in the opening set at 15-10. 22nd ranked team in the country trying to stretch its win streak now to 6. Leads here in the first.
Any questions?
How did you become the Capital One Bank guy?
I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
Aren't you in the Hall of Fame?
And didn't you live in space?
Her hitting window so effectively, a lot of credit goes to the setting.
Kennedy Martin will serve as we come back from the first timeout of the evening. Belle Zimmerman played up by Isabel Martin of Florida. Fitzpatrick off the double block attempt gets the kill. They had 2 blockers there. Did Auburn in Shear and McCurdy, but couldn't turn the ball in. A lead of a half dozen for the Gators. And in speaking with Coach Wise of Florida before the match, we've all known about the offensive prowess of Kennedy Martin. She said she's really stepped up her game here in her sophomore campaign in back row defense blocking, and we've seen it in serving as well.
Yeah, she's got a go for it serve, and when you see it, you'll know it.
Shear serves for Auburn. Outside again to Fitzpatrick. Pushed it down into the back corner for the kill. Court awareness, volleyball IQ. It all adds up to a kill for the 5th year from Ocala.
And you can tell AC Fitzpatrick, when you know she's in a groove, she's finding different areas on the court. She's really more of a shot maker than she is an overpowering outside hitter. So when she's making her shots, you know she's in.
And I think Augusta's in the net. Yes, she is. Our officiating crew, the R2, made that call, blew the whistle right away. That's Darren Clark on the other side of the court from us. Michael O'Connor.
And why that's a bad error, and why that's a bad error is that's a back row setter. So you do not need to jump for that ball.
McCurdy serves. It's a tough one. Parks. It's an ace for McCurdy. Chelsea McCurdy came into action tonight, 3rd on this squad with 17 aces. Give her now 18 for the middle blocker. And she's also been a mentor for a younger middle blocker on the team. We'll get into that as the match wears on, hopefully. Ace error. Back in for Florida. Checking in is Emerson Hoyle. Last time against Auburn here on this court, last October on the 6th. She had 13 serves against the Tigers at Hoyle. Big block for Isabel Martin, who turned it inside. Roth on her right shoulder. Set up the double block well.
Yes, and you know every team in the SEC has been trying to attack Florida on the right side, and Florida knows that as well. It's a tremendous block by Izzy.
Service ace for Emerson Hoyle, her 8th on the season. This is the #1 serving team in the conference in terms of ace numbers, and 14th in the NCAA. And the Gators, the first team to 20 here in this opening set, forcing Brent Crouch of Auburn to take a Tiger timeout.
Coach Crouch had been talking to us prior to the match about all the different things they're trying to do with serve receive, because they realize that that's one of the weaker parts of their game, and they know also that Florida is just a great serving team.
Florida leads this all-time series of the teams clad in orange and blue, 54-3. The last meeting, though, Auburn here as they lose in the transfer portal Akasha Anderson, who was a big focus of their offense last year at the outside hitter position. She's at Michigan State now, but they've got 4 players that really, Nick, have carried the load for them with a very diverse offense.
Yeah, they have, and one of them's hurt, and one of them's out. So they're just trying to piece that part of it together. I think what Auburn will have to do is they'll have to change the speed of the game. And what I mean by that is short serving changes the speed, tipping off speed changes the speed of the game. Because right now, Florida is just overmatching them at the net.
This is a team in Auburn that started out extremely hot and won their first 2 matches in the SEC. Great serve that caught net for Florida. And there's one of the players who's going to have to step it up in the absence of Dreves. That is Lakin Laurendine. Came in only in 17 sets all season. Played for the redshirt freshman.
Emma Moore was out the first 2 months of the season. That's number 10 in the middle. But she got a very productive attack there.
Set to the outside to Isabel Martin. There's Laurendine. Right side, Roth. And she's comfortable attacking from the right side. When Kennedy Martin was out after turning her ankle in that first match of the year, Nick, Roth was forced to play right side.
Yeah, almost at a moment's notice she was forced to play right side and just did a spectacular job with it.
Now back in the middle where she is most comfortable. Here is Taylor Parks serving. Down the far side, they pick on Laurendine. It's a service ace for Taylor Parks. Second on the squad. Make it now 27, 1 behind Ellie McKissick.
Now let's see if Auburn does something to shift their serve receive pattern. Nope.
Auburn keeps it alive. Great block cover. Kennedy Martin gets Florida another kill and another point. Her 6th in 8 swings.
Right now, Auburn they're reeling, and rightfully so. Florida can be very physically opposing at the net. Imposing.
23, yes.
I said the wrong word.
Imposing. Okay, it happens, Professor. Dig out the thesaurus. We'll get another couple words we can utilize, too, before the night's over. 23-14, Florida, forcing the second of the 2 timeouts allotted to Auburn head coach Brent Crouch here in the opening set. And as I was getting to make a little further amplification on that point, started out the season well. I told Coach Crouch before the match, I watched their entire win over Kentucky at home. What an exciting match to watch as they won 18-16 in the 5th. Then they turn around, beat Alabama and Georgia, lose to Texas A&M, win at Mississippi State, but they have lost 6 since. And injuries has been a part of it. But this is the SEC we live in now. Very competitive. Anyone can win on any given night. We've seen that, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what Florida is doing right here is this is a statement match, meaning, hey, we're back in the hunt of the SEC. 3 weeks ago, after they lost to South Carolina here at home 3-0, it looked like all was lost in terms of the SEC championship. And now here they are back in the fight, and they are determined to keep Auburn on that losing streak.
Florida stayed positive, no finger pointing, just went out and won 2 matches on the road after losing to South Carolina here in a sweep in 2 tough places to play, at Reed Arena at Texas A&M, then at LSU in the Maravich Assembly Center, and haven't looked back. Service ace, Taylor Parks. tied for the Florida lead at 28 with Ellie McKissick. And it's set point Florida. A double-digit lead for the Gators. Right side attack, the up from Canan. And Isabel Martin puts an exclamation point on a set dominated by Florida as they hit over 500. The offense firing on all cylinders, and the Gators take a 1-0 lead. All smiles as the Gators move to the other side of the court, other side of the net. It's Florida 1-0 over Auburn.
Save now with the early Black Friday sale at Target. Get 30% off select toys, 30% off holiday lights, and up to 50% off small appliances. Hurry, these deals end Saturday. Save more on gifts. Happier holidays from Target.
Okay. Tops with the blue shorts on the left side of the court, and Auburn in the all-navy on the right side as Taylor Parks opens the second frame with a service error.
Taylor Parks has been, at least the last few matches, the top server for Florida. She's won a couple of sets for them.
For Auburn, Fallon Lanham will serve here. And a lot of teams, as we've watched the action, as Isabel Martin gets the kill to tie it up at one apiece. I was just going to say, a lot of teams have tried to serve Isabel Martin primarily in their serve strategy.
Yeah, they have, or the outside hitter who's front row, which is AC Fitzpatrick. They've been trying to go after her as well.
Here's Isabel Martin with the service error. On the night, 5th for Florida. Auburn has committed 2. And a change now here as Auburn will bring Belle Zimmerman back onto the court. And checking in and serving in their 2-setter offense is Kaylee Edson. That one's in the net for Edson. 55th service error on the year. She also leads them with 28 service aces.
Now, with Florida hitting 577, you can't give them points. You're going to just have to keep making them earn it.
So you're saying serve tough, no lollipops.
Serve in. You can't give them easy side outs.
Right side attack.
There's a tip.
The tip is in for Madison Shear. And for Shear, her 5th kill on the night. Shear serves it. Cross court, past Fitzpatrick. Shear with the up. That ball did not go off the Florida block. Caught the net tape back on the Auburn side. A 4 hits violation. Out goes Shear. Into play on the back row defense is Zoe Slaughter. Kennedy Martin serves for Florida. What a bullet. Somehow Auburn with a ping pong, 3 shots in a row, gets it across. AC Fitzpatrick, though, rears back that right arm on the left side and buries it. 5th kill of the night for AC Fitzpatrick.
Boy, you can really tell she's in rhythm. The other thing she does well is hit balls off hands. Those are her. That's when you know she's going good.
Wow, another serve to the same spot by Kennedy Martin. And that one is in.
Florida seems to be giving a lot of line over there on the left side. And I'm not really sure, or maybe they're just lining up improperly, but there's a lot of line for Auburn outside hitters to have.
Emma Moore checks in for Auburn. True freshman. Sent across by Parks for the kill.
Talk about high volleyball IQ. The libero is out of the match. Taylor Parks knows that, dumps it right in front of the middle blocker who served that one.
Emily Canan checks in for AC Fitzpatrick as her 3-rotation tour across the front row is complete. Another tough serve for Auburn to handle out of system. Auburn, though, will keep it alive. as Laurendine will take another swing. Somehow Florida got it back across. Turnabout is fair play. Out to Isabel Martin again.
Oh, what a rally.
What a great block cover from Canan, and Kennedy Martin delivers the final blow.
I'm not really sure who had the better dig or cover ball on either side of the net. Both were spectacular.
And the termination for Kennedy Martin.
When in doubt.
Yeah. Cut shot from the right side from Belle Zimmerman is wide. The Gators with a 3-point lead, already up 1-0.
Auburn is out of sorts because right side attacking is something they do well, and they have not been able to connect.
Short ball had to be played by the middle blocker Moore. Right side attack on cue. Professor Belle Zimmerman gets a good look.
Much better tempo, better timing. You can't force it, you know, when you get beat. We're going to watch this tempo here. That's just beautiful set. When you get beat really badly in a set, the set before, you tend to force it. Got to let the game come to you.
Parks with the back set and the kill on that slide play at the right antenna from the middle blocker Jayla August.
Well, that all started with the pass. That pass was just perfect. Froze every Auburn blocker, left August wide open.
Emerson Hoyle checks in. Will serve here for Florida. Hardy with 1 ace on the night. That caught the antenna, which is out of bounds. Laurendine, who is getting the duty due to Dreves out for Auburn. And an early timeout called for here by Brent Crouch, Auburn head coach. Gators up a set, up by 4 here in the second. If we can take a look at that schedule one more time. Missouri with a chance to give Missouri its 3rd loss on the season. And a lot of Gators scoreboard watching tonight as Kentucky entertains Texas A&M. Kentucky, the other team atop the league with the Missouri Tigers with 2 losses in league play. Out to the outside, Isabel Martin swings again. Auburn will keep it alive. Free ball sent across. Right side, Roth terminates off of Madison Shear.
Never say die rally from the Gators. Gets Roth over there on the right side where she had the play for Kennedy Martin early in the season.
Taylor Parks set to serve. Already 2 aces on the night. Great one-handed up from Emily Canan of Florida to Isabel Martin. Great diving dig for DaCosta. And Shear says, let me end it here.
Big time dig by Canan in the middle back. Kennedy Martin had a big time dig in the middle back as Florida is taking it personally when it comes to defense. What a great reach by Canan there.
Serve is long for Fallon Lanham. That'll bring, after the rotation, Isabel Martin's turn to serve. And that brings back onto the court A.C. Fitzpatrick in the front row for Florida.
Let's see if this one goes back to Bella Bell on the right side.
No, they're going to attack
not with that pass.
Laurendine. Ball still alive. Great block cover by the Tigers. Shear. Crafty play by the veteran.
And another kill down the line. And I'm starting to think that maybe Florida doesn't quite have the block lined up on the left side attackers for Auburn.
Checking in and serving, Kaylee Edson, freshman from Centralia, Illinois. Fitzpatrick with a touch. Played up by Edson. Right side. Hammered by Bell Zimmerman for the kill. Tigers starting to roar.
You got to give them some credit. They were shell-shocked after the first set, but they are not giving in. They understand what's at stake here. They're 33 in RPI. They could use a significant road win.
Kennedy Martin with the push. Right side kill, Bell Zimmerman. And if you're Mary Wise, do you start thinking timeout, Nick?
No, I think it's too early for that. I think now Auburn is doing what they do best, which is attack the right side, both with Zimmerman and Bella Bell. As I said before, they're 5.5 kills per set. They score a lot of points over there.
So does Kennedy Martin on the right side for Florida. She scores another one here to get to 8 kills on the night on 13 swings without an error.
So that pre-match practice where the Auburn assistant was just beating balls into the right back area. But when it comes from such a high point that Kennedy Martin can hit it at, it's just so difficult to dig.
Ellie McKissick serves for Florida here. The Florida libero approaching 2,000 digs in her Gator career. Quick middle set. Chelsea McCurdy reminds the setters that she's still in this match.
Florida serving still aggressive, but what a great pass by Auburn, setting up that quick attack in the middle.
Sheer serves. Tough play for Fitzpatrick on the pass. Block cover from McKissick, back to Kennedy Martin. Lauren Dean blocked. McCurdy gets a second contact.
Well, that's a bad matchup for Auburn. Lauren Dean, who had her first collegiate start at Arkansas, is now trying to attack at All-American Kennedy Martin. Good luck.
Jayla August was there, forming that double block for the Gators, as you saw in the replay. Just wide from Kennedy Martin.
You know, Tom, this is going to sound a little strange, but sometimes you win a set too easily. When they won 25-14, you tend to let down just a little bit. Your focus lets down just a little bit, and then the other team starts to play well.
Short serve played by August. Fitzpatrick covers the ball that was blocked right back at her. And Kennedy Martin gets number 9.
I mean, wow, with no hitting errors. I mean, there just isn't anything Auburn's going to be able to do when it comes to Kennedy Martin. And they're setting her a lot of different places, Tom. Middle back, right back, sort of left back, all along the net.
Canan checks in for Fitzpatrick and serves here for Florida. Emma Moore, somehow Canan saves. Back to Moore. August was there to block it for Florida.
We're going to get a challenge, Tom. If Auburn didn't win that point, we were going to get a challenge because on Florida's 4 contacts. It clearly looked like they had 4 contacts on that play. But
Auburn wins the point. Back on the court is Bella Bell for the Tigers, as well as Peyton Dunn. Auburn runs a 6-2 setter offense. 2 setters, Edson and Dunn. Dunn is the redshirt junior transfer who played at Oklahoma. That's a double contact, or no, over the net violation called against Auburn.
Okay, now this is going to get a little interesting. First of all, this is a subjective call. It's not up for review.
Not reviewable. Yep.
Not reviewable. But obviously, the up official thought the blocker touched the set as Taylor Parks was trying to set that ball.
Michael O'Connor called it right away. I thought because the way the ball was spinning, I missed the contact from the blocker. I thought it was an illegal contact. Great block covered by Canan, goes back across the net. The up from Kennedy Martin.
How about the defense?
And that's long.
Too bad. How about the defense? Florida's playing on that side of the net. Another swing attack, trying to go down the line by Auburn. This time, Izzy Martin dug that one.
1 point Florida lead as number 1. Checks back in on the front row for the Tigers in Madison Shear. On the other side of the rotation, the other outside, Laken Laurendine serves. Once again, that set across the net finds the open floor. Taylor Parks, just a true freshman, is Taylor Parks. Calvary Christian High School in Clearwater.
Just perfect timing for that ball.
Shank pass. Canan steps in front of Kennedy. Martin says, I have it. Shear will just push it across. Out to the right side. Kennedy Martin gets number 10. She's had double-digit kills in every match in her collegiate career. Unbelievable, the performance by Kennedy Martin. That serve from Taylor Parks is in the net.
Just, again, Auburn is struggling from the serve receive and has all year long. And you just don't need to miss your serve against them. You need to serve areas, try to get them out of system, but you don't need to miss it.
Parks on the floor just sends one to Roth. Shear comes up swinging. All the way over to Kennedy Martin on the left side. McKissick almost looked at Martin saying, get out of my way, I'm the libero. Kennedy Martin is money. 11 kills on the night.
Terrific rally on both sides of the net. And Kennedy Martin, not even a runway, just jumps and kills it.
Well, all she had to do was extend that 6'6" frame. Free ball opportunity for Florida. Off the net, Fitzpatrick. Another great up from Florida. Another diving play, this one by Laurendine. Fitzpatrick dives for one for Florida. And Kennedy Martin says enough is enough. Give me a dozen.
Wow. The defense on the Florida side, they're up to 24 digs already in this match, has just been spectacular. But what a set by Taylor Parks from the other side of the court.
What an incredible season Taylor Parks has had. Well documented, the All-American Freshman of the Year, Alexis Stuckey, 2 years ago, injured against Wisconsin, the #1 in the country, over 10,000 fans in this building. Parks comes in as a freshman as Stuckey continues to rehab, Nick. And she's the freshman of the week this past week. We mentioned Kennedy Martin already, co-offensive player of the week for the 3rd week in a row. Ellie McKissick, the co-defensive.
Opportunity to get into a rhythm with the hitters as Taylor Parks has. What makes this a great story, Tom, is Taylor Parks and Stuckey are really good close friends. And they really do root for each other, and both of them have the exact same interests, which is helping the Gators win.
And they've both done that this season.
They sure have.
Of late, it's been Taylor Parks running this offense, and she has picked up where Alexis Stuckey left off with great connection with Kennedy Martin, which is key. Serve Isabel Martin after the Auburn called timeout. Right side, let's go back to our bread and butter, Bella Bell.
And really, Bella Bell has to get going. She has 8 swings, 2 kills, 1 error. That's her 2nd kill. And I'm sure she's used to getting a lot more attempts than that. In fact, she's used to getting about 6 or 7 attempts per set. So the fact that she's only at number 8 in attempts, she's not getting the ball like she's used to.
And you saw in the replay, Florida's middle blocker getting there late. That was the freshman Roth. So it was basically one-on-one with a smaller in stature A.C. Fitzpatrick for Bell. Great up there from Edson.
More off speed from Auburn.
Yep, Zimmerman. Free ball opportunity for the Tigers. Gator block touches it. That's key. You can hear the thud from right in front of us. Wow.
Yeah, when the rally goes long enough, eventually the ball's going to find Kennedy Martin. And there just aren't too many left front blockers that are going to be able to defend that.
And Nick, she hits a heavy ball. The last time, I guess actually 2 players in Florida history could remember that thud from the right side. Jackie Robinson and Jenny Mans a little further back. Cue her up again.
Well, you don't want to give her, she's hard enough to defend. So you don't want to give her an overpass and let her score another point that way.
Florida 324 in the current set. Only 1 error in 37 swings. To Auburn's credit, they've been digging up a lot of balls. As McKissick with the service error, just the 4th on the night for Florida.
But
as both teams have served efficiently, Nick.
But you don't want to give Auburn any daylight here. That's why these service errors, I think, are critical. Sometimes you want to serve tough, but against Auburn, you want to serve in.
Short ball had to be played by August. August with the kill.
And Auburn is doing the things that I think they should be doing, is running the right side, trying to serve short, looking for some off speed, trying to get Florida out of rhythm and create some hitting errors. But it hasn't worked. Florida with just 3 hitting errors on the night.
Florida with 8 service errors. I stand corrected as Kennedy Martin has another gem for the Gators. Oh, that had to be one of those violations, isn't it?
That's a double. Oh my gosh.
Great block cover by McKissick. Florida with the block.
Taylor Parks.
Parks was there as August closed it.
I had this conversation with the Florida coaching staff. Have the officials caught up with the new rule? And sometimes they just forget that you can't throw it over with 2 hands like that. They just haven't caught up with the rule yet.
Kennedy Martin with a great serve.
Yikes.
Lauren Dean, the overpass. And Florida gets to set point. Fans clad in orange and blue all around Exact Tech Arena come to their feet. Florida with a chance to go up 2-0 here. With Kennedy Martin serving.
That was the go for it serve. And sometimes they'll pull it out on match point. She pulled it out at Oklahoma in the 5th set to finish off that match. That one didn't quite clear the net.
Here's the serve for McCurdy. And the set is in the books as Jayla August, with her 5th kill on the night, ends the 2nd frame. Florida on the season when winning the first 2 sets 9-0. And they've been firing on all cylinders tonight here on the home court against the Auburn Tigers.
Save now with the early Black Friday sale.
Overpass. McKissick cleans it up. A rotation where Kennedy Martin loads on the left side. Alec Roth with her best swing of the night. In transition, Parks finds her middle.
Just such an overmatch. The Florida Gators have such an overmatch in the middle with both Roth and August.
Parks will set the right side. Kennedy Martin knocks over Alexis DaCosta.
Yikes.
And again, we take a look at this play.
I give anybody credit to standing within 10 feet of that ball.
I'm not going to stand there. Sheer swings. Isabel Martin with the up. Sheer again. The angle shot played by McKissick. McKissick with the block cover.
And the first block for Auburn on the match coming from Bella Bell over on the right side. Again, AC Fitzpatrick, that's not her game. Her game is not to blast through things. She needs to be the shot maker.
Roth has to play the short ball. Kennedy Martin is blocked, and here is Auburn with McCurdy anchoring the block in the middle.
I think even touching this ball is just remarkable on the Auburn block, but now they've got two, and this is where Florida can't fall into what Auburn does best, which is blocking.
Another short serve forcing Florida's middle to make a pass. Tip shot, Fitzpatrick is down for a kill.
That's more like it from AC. Be on time, fake the swing, tip to 2.
Auburn in a must-win situation here in set number 3, trailing 0-2. Best 3 out of 5 in terms of sets to win the match, as McKissick serves it for Florida. Another big right side blast, but Florida getting to almost seemingly every ball. And that block is out of bounds. So we're tied at 3.
Wow, what a dig by Izzy. What a play by Ellie McKissick. Like I said, her and Kennedy Martin, they are playing their best volleyball at the best time.
You see that ball out of bounds in the middle. Kennedy Martin with a crafty roll shot off speed.
Not fair. Not fair. When you hit it as hard as her, she is not allowed to hit an off-speed shot. No defense.
Serve Kennedy Martin. Again, targeting Lauren Dean of Auburn in serve receive. Back row Martin. There should be a law against that.
Well,
how can you defend that, Nick?
Well, what a set by McKissick.
Yeah.
Because she led Kennedy Martin just perfectly. Watch this ball from her knees, from off her knees.
And triple block was up. Sheer from the right pin.
Auburn starting to heat up a little bit from the right side. Really what they do best. Let's see if they serve some short here.
It's Madison Sheer. Does she have that in her repertoire?
Drove it deep.
Joust at the net, won by Fitzpatrick of Florida.
This is what I call a winning play. There's a lot of things that could have gone wrong here because of the poor set, but AC Fitzpatrick found a way to win that play.
Florida earns the point as Auburn hits the ball in the net. A 3-point Florida lead here in a must-win set for the Auburn Tigers, trailing by 2. Brent Crouch takes the Tiger timeout, looking for answers in this matchup against the Florida Gators. For Taylor Parks. She's been SEC Freshman of the Week 3 times in her early part of her collegiate career for Florida. Gators with a block of Zimmerman, Isabel Martin, and Jayla August.
If you remember the play before where August didn't quite get her hands over and got used, that time she was not going to leave that seam open.
Said leave the Bill Withers for later.
Oh, geez.
I wonder if anyone got that. She missed it. Down the line did Lauren Dean. This is a dangerous spot for Auburn, Nick.
It really is, and another swing down the line that time, just missed it. Still challenging Florida with that line swing.
Emily Canan serves for Florida. Deep serve played by DaCosta. Not the best of sets to the right pin that time for Belle Zimmerman.
You know, when it rains, it pours. You know, Florida's just playing great right now. They've not let up their intensity. I think Auburn did their best to take a swing at them, but it has not been enough.
Florida looking to win its 6th match in a row. And the service ace from Emily Canan, 19th on the year. And another quick timeout called for by Brent Crouch. 7-point Florida lead here, 11-4 in the third. A must-win set situation for the Auburn Tigers. All smiles with the Florida coaches as now Mary Wise digs into some of the numbers and the analysis. These two teams, Nick, will meet again in Auburn on Wednesday the 20th later this month.
Yeah.
So Florida now on a 6-0 scoring run, forcing this timeout. What's the message to the team Brent Crouch has for his Tigers?
You know, Tom, as a coach, I've been in these situations before, and sometimes you're just overmatched. So what you're doing is you're going to try and find something that could work just to try and rattle and keep Florida out of system. And right now, Florida is siding out at 84%. And Tom, in order to win, you need to side out around 60%. They're 24 points above that. So Auburn is not creating any problems from behind the service line. And Florida is just doing a terrific job siding out.
This is what is ahead for Florida. They're back at home to take on Alabama. Then at Missouri. Gators do not get...
No, that's easier said than done, but that's going to be a great match.
And a late out-of-conference match, as you saw there, against in-state rival UCF. McCurdy is blocked. Gators had it diagnosed perfectly.
This is scouting. Auburn loves to run the tight behind with the middle and over the top to run the right side, and they hadn't run it all night. Florida was ready for it.
Bell Zimmerman delivers from the right antenna this time.
They're not having too much trouble siding out, Tom. They're at 50% siding out, but boy, they are not scoring any points from the service line.
You mentioned Florida's numbers. First set, Florida 80%. Second set, 88%.
That doesn't help.
Auburn has not been able to run points while serving.
A little tough to run points when you serve it into the middle of the net. And you have to understand the psyche right now as far as Auburn is concerned. They're just trying to find something that can derail the Gators, and they just haven't had any success anywhere.
5th service error on the night there for Auburn as the Gators with a commanding 8-point lead. Into the middle, look up from Canan. Isabel Martin caught some net. Right side, Zimmerman hits the ball in the net.
They just haven't found that connection, have they? Every once in a while you see the right side attack for Auburn, how effective it can be, and then you just see them trying to press, and it's a helpless feeling.
And if you're a fan of the Florida Gators, this is just a sight to behold, with Florida playing its best volleyball here in the month of November with the NCAA tournament not too far off, as checking in and serving is Peyton Dunn.
And not just from an execution point, it's really been from an energy point. They came out from the very first serve and started running at Auburn.
Parks sets the outside. Isabel Martin tried to tool hands, but there's Bella Bell.
And finally for Auburn, a point from behind the service line. That has been really few and far between.
Roth from the right side. The up was from Zoe Slaughter of Auburn. Back row attack, Kennedy Martin off hands. 18th on the evening.
This is a pick. It's a little bit lower, faster, quicker. 3 Auburn blockers, didn't matter.
Great up McKissick of Florida. That was a bullet from the left pin from Laurendine. Back to Laurendine off the net. A great shot from the redshirt freshman.
Another swing by Auburn back toward the line, back toward the right back area. Just trying to challenge the right back defense and caught Taylor Parks maybe leaving a little early.
Lauren Dean serves now here for Auburn and serves it long.
Got to give your defense a chance if you're Auburn. Yes, you're trying to serve tough, but at some point, just keep forcing Florida to execute. That's all you can do at this point.
Gut check time for the Tigers, down 0-2. Shank out of bounds. Service ace, Isabel Martin. Isabel Martin with her 18th ace on the season.
And Coach Crouch talked about this with us before the match. He knew Florida's serving was spectacular, and he knew his service was going to have to be better. But they're missing Dreves. They're playing their third outside hitter. It's just a difficult task, just too tall a mountain.
After a great start to the season, they have lost their last 6. Trying to snap that here. Their next match is at home next Friday, a week to prepare for Texas. As that ace, that serve is in the net. August checks back in. Roth and Hoyle out. And McKissick, libero, serving for Florida.
I wonder if we'll see Stuckey in this one.
McKissick with the service ace. 29th to retake the team lead. And on her career, 136. As Florida with a double-digit lead. Another bullet at Shear this time. Fitzpatrick sets it over. Tip shot is good for Madison Shear. Give her 9 on the evening in the kill category.
Yeah, but Tom, that's in the side-out phase. In the scoring phase, they have been hugely ineffective. 16.3% from behind the service line. Well below the 35, 40% you need.
Kaylee Edson serves. And serves the ace. Kaylee Edson, the service ace leader for the Auburn Tigers, chalks up number 29. Florida goes middle. Oh my goodness, look out below. That was in front of the 10-foot line.
Wow, what a set by Taylor Parks. I mean, that's just money.
A little bit beyond the 10-foot line. I exaggerated.
I mean, that is right in front of what we call the hitter approach and arm. That's perfect set.
That one long. But Florida's at 20 with an 8-point lead.
And they're
closing in on a sweep.
Yeah, and they're siding out at 82%. So if they go for a few here behind the service line, it's not that big a deal.
Madison Shear. Can she serve Auburn back into this third set? Overpass. It was a good serve. Parks wins the joust for Florida. What an up from McKissick. Fitzpatrick will steer it across. The free ball played by Auburn's Shear. To the outside. And a good swing there from the left pin from Lauren Dean.
Auburn is not giving up. That's a credit to the Auburn coaching staff right now, that Auburn is playing with this kind of energy.
Serve for Shear, and it's an ace. Just the 4th service ace of the year for Madison Shear. Well placed, and Mary Wise sensing Auburn maybe gaining a little momentum. Still with a 6-point lead for Florida. Takes the timeout here.
It's a good timeout, Tom. You just want to be sure that everybody's on the same page when it comes to the game plan and what they want to do next. It also slows down the opponent's server just a touch. So if they let up just a little bit more, sometimes you're going to get a little bit better pass. But I'll go back to the numbers, and the numbers are 78% side out for Florida. And that is just a phenomenal number. Auburn, not too bad, 52% on their side out. But the difference has been some aggressive serving from Auburn, but also just some service errors that just unexplainable when it comes from the Florida side.
Kennedy Martin with 18 kills on the night, approaching 20, and Auburn as a team collectively with 25. And yeah, getting a little ice on the right shoulder.
I was going to say, she's
well deserved.
She's so hot.
Yeah,
she's so hot that Florida's just trying to go, okay, Kennedy, take a little bit of a break here.
they rely, do the Gators, on Kennedy Martin so much. As after the Florida called timeout, Madison Shear will continue to serve for the Auburn Tigers. She has over 1,000 kills in her Auburn career. Has one more year left of eligibility. And there's another service ace.
Well, that one really took off. It looked like Izzy Martin was all over it, and it just kept floating. Just caught her right up above the shoulders.
Short ball. Florida out of sorts. And Kennedy Martin gets a kill. It was touched at the net. She finds hands.
Yeah, kind of a janky set from Parks, but didn't matter to Kennedy Martin. Didn't matter to Kennedy.
Emily Canan checks in, serves here for Florida. To the right side, Belle Zimmerman. And Belle Zimmerman registers her 7th kill on the evening.
Now both right side attackers, Zimmerman hitting 050, Bell hitting 182. Really hurt Auburn's chances here.
Florida frustrated Zimmerman the last time the Tigers were on this court. She only hit 167 in the last meeting last year. August gets the kill off the block. Gator fans in the Exact Tech Arena can sense it. 22-16, lead of a half dozen as August.
It's a very disciplined block over on the left side from Auburn. Just a better swing from August.
Emerson Hoyle checks in, serves. Laurendine off the net. Covers her own blocked ball. Right side, no one's going to play that. Kill Belle Zimmerman.
Now, Auburn's not out of this match just yet. This is
Bella Bell back to the front row.
I think this is going to be a pretty critical serving run here if Auburn wants to get back in.
Peyton Dunn, the transfer from Oklahoma. One of the 2 setters for Auburn, and sails it long.
So much for critical serving run. Just can't give Florida, who is siding out so well. I get it, trying to serve aggressive, but you got a chance here. Let your defense play.
Taylor Parks with already 2 service aces on the night. And from the left pin, Lakin Laurendine registers her 7th kill. And she'll serve it now for the Tigers.
That brings Shear to the front row for Auburn. So that, and Bell, this is clearly Auburn's best front row.
Short ball. The Kizik got there. Sent back there quickly by Emma Moore. In the middle, Alec Roth gets Florida to match point. Freshman to freshman, Nick.
And Taylor Parks actually took her eye off the set and saw that Roth was ready to hit before she set her. I mean, what freshman setter is doing that? What freshman setter is looking away from the ball that's coming at her to make sure her attacker is ready and then delivers a perfect set?
Second opportunity, match point for Florida. Lanham serves for Auburn. Kennedy Martin delivers the final blow. Her 20th kill of the night Now 6 matches with 20 or more kills on the year. Nick Sharonis.
Well, as I said at the top, superlatives are over. We don't need to talk about how good Kennedy Martin is. What's interesting about that last play, Taylor Parks gave Kennedy Martin a little wink because she said, "I'm coming to you," and that ended the match for Florida.